Hello, my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Man Cave. And just as we were going live, I found a note that I forgot I had, and I want to apologize to a couple people out there. There was a request for a Hawkshaw Hawkins tune, something about how could anything that pretty be so mean? Well, I forgot to look that up, and I didn't. In the same way with Church of Hickory Grove, somebody asked for that, and I forgot to look that one up too. So I apologize. I just found this note. It was buried under the papers here, so I'll try to get those for next week. But I do have 3 requests for this evening, which I'm going to do. Well, if I live through it, I will. Man, I just got choked. And then I picked out 3 other songs that are kind of challenge songs that we'll do at the end. You know, when you're drinking those Arnold Palmers, you got to be careful. They can get to you. If you don't know what an Arnold Palmer is, it's half tea and half lemonade. Well, let's see. Gary Hayes requested that I do Girl from West Virginia, but he actually requested for me to do it with the band. But I thought, well, what the heck? I can try to learn it and do it ahead of time, and when I get with the band, I'll be more practiced up, you know. So we're going to kick off with the Girl from West Virginia. Excuse me. I'm still choked. The key, we're going to do this in the key of G, George, and so it's 1-4-5. It's G is 1, C is 4, D is 5. So I'm going to kick it off with a little instrumental here and get her going. I will have to read most of this. She told me that she really... Now I screwed up already. She told me that her name was Jenny. She lived in a cabin on the hill in a coal mining town in West Virginia. I love Jenny and I guess I always will. I thought I would always want to ramble. I thought I would never settle down. Well, I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town. I like the sound of the coal trucks back in the hills of hauling coal, with the beautiful mountains all around me. West Virginia, you have won my heart and soul. I thought I would always want to ramble. I thought I would never settle down. Well, I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town. I thought I would always want to ramble. I thought I would never settle down. Well, I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town, in the heart of a coal mining town. Well, I learned that at about 5:30 this evening. So it kind of shows, but I got through it. Made a number of bobbles there, but hopefully by the time I do it with the band, we'll have it polished up and be able to do it fairly cleanly. We've got 28 viewers at the moment. Thank you all for being here. If you do want to support these little play-alongs, you can do that, and I would appreciate it. I mean, you don't have to. I'm doing them for free, but you can support it if you choose to. And one way is you can do it with a super chat by clicking that $ thing on your screen there. Another way you can do it is just to send a donation via PayPal. You go into PayPal and you just say you want... I'm still choking. And you just say you want to send money via email. Man, I'm sorry. My email address is rosastringworks@gmail.com. And it's real simple, and it just goes straight into my account that way. Let's see if I can breathe even, let alone sing. This next song is a request by Dottie. It's a song I used to do years ago. Let me back up a second. I'm sorry. The girl from West Virginia, I didn't recognize the title when Gary requested that, but my good friend down in Mississippi, Oxford, Mississippi, Bruce Robinson, he does a good job on that song. He'll be at the Mountain View. We're going back there in October to the town of Mountain View to mostly just jamming. I don't know the exact dates right now. I'll have to get back to you on that. But if anybody is interested in going down there just for jamming, we'll be down there in kind of late mid-October, I think it is. Probably mid-October, I think. Anyway, we're going to go to the song that Dottie requested. It's A Poet with Wings. It's in the key of A. I used to do this in B, but I'm realizing that B's too high now. And this is a 1-4-5 with a 2. I always say the 1-4-5 first because that's the skeleton of the song. But this particular song does have a 2 in it also. So the one, since we're doing this in A is 1, D is 4, E is 5, and the 2 is a B in this case. So your 2 is always 2 notes higher than your 1. That's really the way to think of it. Just go, there's your 1, there's your 2. So 2 notes higher. 2 steps higher if you want to get formal, I guess. I don't know. I'm not very good with the formal side of music, as you will see, because I'm going to have to admit something to you here in a little bit. All right, here we go. We used to kick this off a cappella, and so I try to do things as close to the way we worked them up as possible. It helps you not get so screwed up. So, unfortunately, I don't have a partner here to sing a harmony part with, so Whoops, I'm in the wrong key myself. A drifter is only a poet with wings. He moves, but he can't learn to fly. Running in footsteps ahead of the crowd, with no one to hear if he cries. With memories of your sweet love on my mind, I thumb my way south in the rain, thinking of bridges I've burned in my life. Each bridge causes somebody pain, but yesterday's apples are gone from the tree. Sour grapes are gone from the vine. Tomorrow a new life is starting for you, while nothing is changing in mine. A drifter is only a poet with wings. He moves, but he can't learn to fly. Running in footsteps ahead of his time, with no one to hear if he cries. the south wind that blew in your life to warm you, but just for a while. I know what it means, sweetheart, when you lose, but someday you'll look back and smile. I can't be your lover and you don't need a friend. I guess that's the way it must be. But nothing remains as it was yesterday. You'd only be hurt loving me. A drifter is only a poet with wings. He moves but he can't learn to fly. Running in footsteps ahead of his time, with no one to hear if he cries. With no one to hear if he cries. With no one to hear if he cries. Well, I almost got through it. You got to make some mistakes somewhere. I don't know. It's easier with the band because they can cover up my mistakes. Oh my gosh. Going back to G. And this is another request by Dottie. Help is on the way. Again, I used to do this one in A, but it has just gotten too high there. Maybe too high in G. So this is 145. There's nothing else. It's just G, C, D. It's 145 in this case. A woman in the Bible days, her last meal almost gone. God sent Elijah to make his word known. He said, woman, don't you worry, for God sent me today. Before you even ask him, help is on the way. So just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. A brighter day is coming for those who believe and pray. Help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. So just hold on a little longer, because help is on the way. Troubles of this life come round and burdens get you down. You think no one is listening and you think no one's around. Just remember what his word said. Trust him and obey. Keep your eyes toward the heavens, because help is on the way. So just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. A brighter day is coming for those who believe and pray. Help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. So just hold on a little longer, because help is on the way. No, help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. So just hold on a little longer, because help is on the way. That's just another great old Doyle Lawson song. By the way, that Girl from West Virginia was another Doyle Lawson tune. And when I say Doyle Lawson, I just mean his band did those songs. It doesn't mean that they wrote them. And in fact, I don't think they did write them. They typically don't write their own songs. They're doing songs from other writers most of the time. And Poet with Wings was, that was a song, well, a number of people have done it, but I either heard J.D. Crowe and the New South or the Bluegrass Album Band. I'm not really sure which one it was, or even if it was those two, but I think that's where it came from, back there. It's an older tune, one of the early ones from some of the more famous bluegrass bands. I just can't remember which one. Well, this next tune, you would think it would be a simple one because it's a Bill Monroe tune. Most of his are just 3 chords, most of the time, or 4 chords with a 2 chord, something like that. But this one's, this one's like that in the sense that it's only 4 chords, I think, but there are these chords. The first chord number 1 is your F. That's your 1 because we're playing it in F. The 4 chord is going to be a B flat, or if you prefer to think of it, it's an A sharp. It can be either one of those. I mean, it's the same. It's in the same position. It's just that you could call it either one of those chords. I always think of it as a B flat. The 5 is your C. So the 1, 4, 5 is F, B flat, and C. Then there's a 7 in this, and that's going to be a D sharp or an E flat, whichever way, again, you prefer to think of it. In this case, I kind of think of it as a D sharp. I don't know why exactly, just because I'm almost going to D, but I'm not quite going down there. All right, so let me just give you an example. So here's your 1, there's your 4, there's your 5. So your 7 is 2 down from your 1. Down. 2 up from your 1 is your 2 chord, but 2 down from your 1 is your 7. So this song's that's where it goes on the first change, is down to the 7. It goes da 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 da. It's called Body and Soul. So here we go. I'm going to try to kick it. I don't know if I can kick this for sure or not. See the train roll round the bend, carrying the one I love. Her beautiful body, it's still here on earth, but her soul has been called home. Body and soul, body and soul, that's how she loves me, with body and soul. Her beautiful hair was pure as gold, her eyes as blue as the sea. Her lips were the color of summer's red rose, and she promised she would always love me. Body and soul, body and soul, that's how she loves me, with body and soul. Tomorrow, as the sun sinks low, shadows will cover her face. Her last sundown before she's laid beneath the ground, and my teardrops are falling like rain. body and soul, body and soul. That's how she loves me, with body and soul. Oh, that's how she loves me, with body and soul. Well, I'm still kind of choked up. Yes, that was Body and Soul by Mr. Bill Monroe. I think I do it something similar to the way he does it, but not quite the same, I'm sure. I saw a comment there about Brother John. We're actually going to do that song next, believe it or not. I had already picked that one out as a second tune here. Of the challenge songs. And definitely Brother John is a challenge song, in my opinion. And this is the one that I have to admit something to you. And I have to admit it because I don't know what else to do, because I can't tell you the numbers on this song. The truth is, this may be where I'm falling short on the lack of formal music education. I say this song is in A minor. That's what Michael 2X asked. He's asking, do you play Brother John in A minor? And yes, that's the way I say it. I say we play this in A minor because that's your starting chord, and you basically end on that chord. So to me, you're playing the song in A minor. But when you try to make these numbers work with these chords, I can't get there from here. I got to start from somewhere else. The only thing I can say about this is, and maybe one of you can explain it to me, because I don't get this. This is the only song that I can think of where I can't really say what the numbers are. And I'll tell you why here in a second. But sometimes when we're playing a song in a minor key, Gary, who does know a lot more about music than I do, he says, well, we're saying we're playing it in A minor, but it's really in D or something. I'm going, really? It seems like it's in A minor to me. I don't get it. But so that may be the case here. If you said that this song was in a different key, like D, I might be able to come up with the numbers. But even then, there's still one chord out of. If I said I'm playing this out of D, there's still one chord I don't have a number for, which it doesn't make sense. They're in between the numbers is what's happening in this song. It's a different kind of song. Brother John is not the simplest song on the planet here. So anyway, I'm just admitting that I don't really know what the numbers are on this song. It's the only song I can think of where I can't tell you what the numbers are. But anyway, it's in A minor, and I'm going to tell you in the order that they happen, and they happen fast. It's A minor, F, C, E, A minor, F, C, E, A minor, F, C, C, E, E, A minor, and then the chorus goes right to a D, which is why I said maybe we're playing it in D. I don't know. And it goes D, F, C, D, F, C, E. It's different. It's a different kind of song. Here we go. I'll give him my best shot. Brother John is a poor hard-working man. His life was hard, but he does the best he can. He prays to God just to thank him for his bread and the roof over his head. Brother John, he lost his wife when the fever came around. A gentle girl, oh, he laid her in the ground. She was his life, and her dying hit him hard till he heard the voice of God. Brother John, trouble on earth is ending. All your sorrow soon will be gone. You're a good man, You did all you could, and they're calling you home now, Brother John. Late one day, he was working in the field, the sun was low, and the earth was cool and still. He heard his wife calling, come join me now. Well, he fell beside the plow, Brother John. Trouble on earth is ending, all your sorrows soon will be gone. You were a good man, you did all you could, and they're calling you home now, Brother John. Trouble on earth is ending, all your sorrows soon will be gone. You were a good man, you did all you could, and they're calling you home now, Brother John. It actually ends on an A, believe it or not, instead of an A minor. Well, at least that's how they did it. They came back to an A, then an A minor, and then an A right at the end there. And that's what I did. So if you were wondering why maybe it didn't sound the same. Anyway, that's a tricky song right there. Tricky song. Okay, he's saying Brother John is in C. A minor is the relative minor in the key of C. So 6, 4, 1, D is your 2. I'll have to think about that in that key, and that probably will make more sense to me. So thank you, Michael. That's probably what the problem is, because it just didn't make sense to say the numbers in A minor. They just didn't make sense. So that's probably what the problem is, but thanks for pointing that out. When I have time for my brain to wrap around that, I'll go and look at it in C and see if that makes more sense to me. Because I can figure out the numbers. That's not my problem. It's no one in this particular case. It's what key am I playing this in? To me, I'm playing it in an A minor. That's the way I think of it, but that doesn't make sense for the numbers, though. All right, well, let's see. This last song, this is definitely another challenge song for sure on this last song. This song, if I wasn't trying to think of it, I could tell you the guy's name that wrote this. I thought of it earlier, and now I can't think of it. He was with the Statler brothers, the little guy, the guy that came in later in the group, that wrote so many great songs. Jimmy Fortune. There you go, Jimmy Fortune. This is a Jimmy Fortune tune. It's called I Believe. It's just a beautiful song. It's one of the most beautiful songs, I think, in the history of songs. But it's definitely a challenge tune in terms of getting the right chords in the right places. This song is in F. So F is 1. B flat, again, you can call it A sharp if you prefer, but B flat is the 4, and then C is the 5. But there is a 3 in this, and the 3 is a minor, and the 3 is an A minor, and there is a 6 minor in this also, which is a D minor. So this is F, B flat, and C is your 1, 4, 5, and then your 3 minor is your A minor, and your 6 minor is your D minor. And those come in, the minors come in mostly on the choruses, although I think they come in through the song too, now that I think about it. Oh, well, here we go. This, like I said, this is a tricky song. But fortunately, it's very slow. So let me just show you where those chords are so you know what I'm going to. So you got it's going to be my F. There's my B flat, and there's my C. So my A minor is here, and my D minor, I'm going to go down here for it. Even though I could go here, but it just works better for me the way I'm playing it, where I'm at, to go down here and do my D minor. So that's the way I'm going to do it. That's the way I'm used to doing it, so I don't screw it up too bad. When I see the sunrise in the morning, here's your A minor. When I feel the wind blow across my face, when I hear the sound of children playing, I know it's all part of God's amazing grace. And I believe there's a place called heaven. And I believe in a place called Calvary. Here we go to the D minor. I believe in a man, his name is Jesus, and I believe that he gave his life for me. I was there the day my mama went to heaven. I held her hand as she closed her eyes to sleep. I felt the power of 10,000 angels take her soul away, to be crowned at Jesus' feet. And I believe there's a place called heaven. And I believe in a place called Calvary. I believe in a man, his name is Jesus, and I believe that he gave his life for me. Yes, I believe that he gave his life for me. That is a beautiful song, and I hate that I made a bobble in that one too, but stuff happens. That is just really one of the prettiest songs ever written, in my opinion. Just beautiful, beautiful song. Jimmy Fortune was a great songwriter. He wrote, the one about the wall. Just beautiful, just gorgeous songs that he wrote. Well, let's see. I guess we'll go to the comments and see what's going on there. I've got 50 viewers now. I don't know if on that first song, if you tuned in late, that was requested by Gary Hayes. That was Girl from West Virginia. Then we did Poet with Wings, requested by Dottie. Then we did Help Is on the Way, by request by Dottie. And then I did Body and Soul by choice. And then Brother John, and then I Believe. Okay, so here we go. Joe Nigan was first one in this evening. He says, good evening, and have a great time. Welcome back, Jerry. Thank you. Don Nice, good evening, everyone. I was concerned if this was going to happen. It will be a great evening. Thank you. If you didn't know, we had a little problem there. I showed my air rifle on a live vlog, and that's a big no-no in the YouTube world. I didn't realize that it was that big a deal, and they shut me down for a day. Let's see. After we went live, Dottie's there. Don Nice says, Jerry, could you do your new song? Okie dokie. I do this in G. I am still choked, guys. There's something down here bothering me. This one's in G, so it's 1-4-5. Well, there's a 2 in this also, which is your A in this case. When I look in the mirror and I see that old man there, he doesn't look like me. He's got too much gray hair. Then my mind drifts back to 1963 when my brother and I built our first house up in those sassafras trees. And then I look in that mirror and I see the old man there, but he doesn't look like me, and he seems too unaware. Now I'm back in 1983 and we've got a new house now, and our family is complete. But then I look in the mirror and I see the old man there. He doesn't look like me. It's almost too much to bear. Now I find myself in the present day, and you've got gray in your hair. I guess time has made it that way. And then I look in the mirror, it dawns on me that we've had a good life as God meant it to be. Then I look in that mirror just before I throw it away. Thank you for the request there, Don. Gino Hitch, hi Jerry, glad things are going good with you, ready to enjoy the show. Thank you. Dottie says her donation's on PayPal, so if you're inclined to do that, feel free. I do appreciate it very much, and thank you so much, Dottie. Dottie says, what a beautiful song with West Virginia Girl. Well, thank you. I, did the best I could on short notice. It's the best I could say that one, because I'd never ever done that song before. Now I have jammed to it in terms of the melody, the melody playing it on the mandolin, but I've never sang it before. So when you don't know the words, you just don't know the words. Richard Polite says, glad to see you, Jerry. Was worried you wouldn't be here tonight. Nope, we're here. See, Don Nice, Jerry, I think your pond and water wheelhouse is like a mirror. Well, thank you. I really am enjoying it now that we're getting it done. It was dragging on, but golly, I had a lot of stuff break this summer, and I just couldn't get back to it. Dottie says, I love this song, Poet with Wings. Well done, Jerry. I love watching a master of his craft. Well, thank you. Doggone. I don't think I can call myself a master of my craft, but I do the best I can with what I got to work with. Dottie says, another great song. This gives you hope. We all need that. Help is on the way. It's just a great song. Another song that, I think of them as well-written songs. They're put together really well, where the words mean something, but in between the words, you can feel and know something else. You can see it, feel it, hear it. It means something, that it's a well-written song. That's what the well-written song does for you. Michael 2X, the Rosa Meister is the best. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you. Ronald Todd says, good evening, Jerry and everyone from the West Banks of New Jersey. Ben Boyd says, just curious if you play with body and soul. Not sure what you mean by that. Dottie Hildebrand, sing your new song. Well, I just did that, so thank you, Dottie. Dottie, hey, Ben, how are you doing? Okay, let's see. And then Gary Hayes says, Jerry, thanks you so much. We'll have that song down pat 9/25. My birthday will be 9/26. Well, cool. 76 years old. I knew you could do Girl from West Virginia. Dottie liked it also. Yeah, well, cool. It's a good song. I like the song. My buddy Bruce down in West Virginia is really where I first heard it. I probably have heard Doyle Lawson do it and just forgot, because I pretty much have heard everything Doyle ever did. I really like Doyle Lawson a lot in bluegrass. He's one of my very, very favorites. Tony Rice, Doyle Lawson, the Bluegrass Album Band, Seldom Seen. Those are the tops for me in bluegrass. I mean, I like a lot of other ones too, a lot of other ones, but those are my real tops. Ben Boyd, hi. Okay, he's talking to Dottie there. Let's see. Ben Boyd says, LOL, I guess you do play it. Great minds think alike. Okay, I'm not sure which one that was about. Michael 2X, do you play Brother John in A minor? Yep, we answered that. Well, we probably are playing it in C then, according to that fella, the other fella. But I think of it as A minor because that's you start on it and you end on it. So that's the way I think of it. But I'm sure I'm wrong. Like I said, I know nothing about formal music. Nothing. Zero, nothing, not anything. That's the truth. I don't admit that proudly. I just admit it humbly because I just don't know anything about it. Let's see. Moving on down. I'm trying to weed out the more private conversations here. Well, it's scrolled on me now. Let's see. Michael 2X, I love the way the Rosenmeister plays Brother John. Excellent. Well, thank you. That's a tricky thing to play. When you get to that part there, it's we're holding these two notes, those two notes with my fingers, and you're sliding them together. It's really tricky. It's a bizarre thing to do. It's not natural for sure. That's what it's sort of supposed to sound like. A real mandolin player could actually do it and do it right, but that's the way I do it. Let's see. Michael Landris says, okay, I'm going to read this one, even though I'm going to have to take time to soak this in because it takes a while for me to soak stuff in, especially when I'm reading it. Michael Landris says, Brother John is in C. A minor is the relative minor, which I do know that. I do know out of C that A minor is is your sixth minor out of C. I already know the number and everything. I mean, that part's not a problem for me, but it's just understanding the other side of the music. So key of C. So 6, 4, 1. The D is your 2, and that would be correct out of C. That's for sure. And the E is the 3, which I think that makes sense. I'll have to think about it. I have to just sit down and go through it in my brain, because especially when you've been thinking about a song a different way all these years. See, I've been playing Brother John way before I ever learned the national number system. So, that's another part of the problem. And I just have it in my head how all those chords change. I don't necessarily think about it in terms of numbers because of that. So it's just different, and it's a little hard to adapt. So I hope you can excuse my ignorance on that one. Moving on down. Is any other comments there? Dottie says, you did well, Jerry. Well, thank you. Michael 2X, I definitely held my mama's hand. Yeah, this one hits home. Yeah, me too. I did too. Yeah, it's a tough thing, man. It's a real tough thing. That's a beautiful song. It's just beautiful. Let's see. Heart of a Butterfly, so beautiful, Jesus saves. Thank you. Moving on down. Gary Hayes, I am praying for you, Dottie. Okay, yeah, well, me too, Dottie. Have you ever listened to Seven Bridges Road by the Eagles? I've definitely heard it. I doubt I've listened to it all the way through, to be truthful, but I've heard the song. I'd love to hear your band's version of that. I don't know. We might do it. I don't know. I'll write it down just in case somebody knows it, but I doubt it. Just because I write it down don't mean I'm going to remember to look at the note like those first two songs that I was mentioning tonight that I forgot about. Seven Bridges Road, and I know that's an Eagles tune. And again, who's requesting that? That's Ben Boyd. All right, well, I'll look it up and see if it's something we can do. We probably could do it. It just, I don't know. Sometimes it just, if it fits or not, Scott Roberts, shut up and play. Okay. Well, that's nice of you. Dottie, thank you, Gary. And you are so right. Thank you in advance. Okay. Well, it looks like that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate you being here. And you all take care. We will see you tomorrow at about 1 o'clock on the vlog. If you're interested in showing up for that, I'd appreciate having you there. Thank you so kindly.